Hey guys, what is going on? It's Ando, and we have another GAC recap. GAC 25, week 4, round 2. I did round 1 on Twitch. The link will be in the description below. On weekends I do get a little bit more time, so that is something that I'm gonna try to do. I can't promise that that every week I'll get to it, but if I can, I'll certainly will try to stream at least one round on Twitch. So yeah, we got an opponent. This is us climbing back after our hiatus, right? So we're now at 39-16, and we're facing Jalond from First Disorder. And actually I'm gonna pause it right here because I want to show this. Now I've been on the other side of this. I don't think that this is quote unquote fair matchmaking. I think that I have a huge advantage in this as far as roster and, as Zareth calls it, in the material advantage. But I want to give him kudos. He obviously, has had to get up to this spot, and it's probably a little bit of both, right? Like I'm climbing back up after, falling quite a ways for not playing, and then he's climbing back up, or he's been climbing. And this is a good guild. Like I know people in this guild. I know everyone. Their reputation precedes them in that regard. First Disorder is one of those ones where people know that they are pretty good players there. So I definitely didn't want to take this one lightly. But yeah, you can see here. I've got basically 400k GP on him. He's fighting uphill for sure. Relatively close mods. Like it's all green on my side, which is great. Obviously that's what you want to see, but if you look closer at the numbers, he's actually pretty close to me. So I do have an advantage, but I think it actually looks further away than it is in some categories at least. And then I have 65 relic levels on him, and I have more of the high tier ones, which is super important. I think I'm actually going to make a video about why it's so important with the higher tiers. But yeah, as far as roster wise, we got the same thing, so we can kind of skip all that and move on through this. So again, we're going against Jalond from First Disorder, and I didn't want to not take this guy seriously, because like I said, he comes from a serious guild. He comes from a very capable guild, and he's obviously a capable player. So that was his top wall. Looked like a little cheesy to me, honestly. So I saw he placed 2 Galactic Legends up front. I figured there was got to be a third one, because you don't place that kind of front wall top defense and not do something. So we're gonna do JML here against Lord Vader. And I could have done teachings to GMY here and kind of got it going, but I really feel like, hey, you know what, if we can get some ability blocks, we can really kind of delay Maul's attacks here. And again, everyone's dazed, so I was like, all right, whatever, screw it. And now we're gonna cleanse. I like to give it to Shock T so she gets speed up. And basically the way you play this, guys, is I've said this once before, but you just select the last guy that you had, right? The last guy using this lead ability, you just kind of select them. So you'll see as I'm rotating, I'm kind of going back around and picking the last guy. The reason why you do that is because it is going to be on cooldowns. So basically it's got a cooldown of 2. Every time you use it on someone, you reduce the cooldown by 1. So it's like going to always be up, right? So that you can see why I'm actually getting my ultimate really quickly too. And this is the big part that I think people misplay a lot when I see it. They focus this match too much like Ray, and they just try to call Cam in and have Cam do his damage, and it just doesn't seem to work, right? So big thing there. So after the tank is gone, after Royal Guard is gone, I should elaborate on that. I like to go after Maul. Now right now my GMY is in a very bad spot, but that's why we save JML's ultimate, right? So we can clear his dots, and now he's not in as bad of a spot, but still pretty bad. And so as soon as we can, obviously we need to heal. And he's in his ultimate, so we can't ability block him, but what we can do is press back his cooldowns with that middle ability there. And so that's what we do. So he just hits us with a basic again. And now we're going to go after the last guy, the last additional unit other than Vader. And I'm going to heal GMY, throw a little audible in there, right? Now we're going to ability block, right? And so now from this moment on, like, this fight is totally ours. Again, I like to try to rotate, so you always have that cooldown. It's always amazing when you have, 100k damage just waiting to be done to a Galactic Legend. And yeah, we'll get the final kill, and we'll go from there. So got the first GL out of the way, 71, not too bad. I think 60 or 72 or 62, depending on if it's your first battle or not, is kind of the way that the best score that you can kind of get, unless you get like maybe some timely heals. So I'm pausing here because I'm trying to refresh my mind on what JMK full banners is. So to run this, the only true check that needs to be done is that your cat needs to be faster than their cat. If you're running this with the JKA version, I actually like it when my Kenobi goes second, because it kind of allows me to maybe potentially get the buff immunity on GK here, and then he's not taunting. And so you switch turns with cat to R2, you do the spin move onto JMK, and their cat tries to force leap and eliminate him. That doesn't happen. And then the first ultimate that you get, the first charge you get, you just go ahead and you target their cat, right? And so I'm targeting Ahsoka because I think she's going to be the softest one, and she's going to probably be the one that I go after. I think I actually audible it later on because of Padme. But yeah, this is, so I select Commander Ahsoka Tano, and then I just force sleep her, and she's gone, right? So now this team's lost a lot of health, a lot of damage, a lot of defense, a lot of, we're getting something, I think, crit damage, right? It's lost a lot of stuff, right? And so this is a really good, this is a much easier fight now. So obviously now we are going to have to get through someone twice, right? Because we have to kind of proc his savior. So I originally thought, hey, it's going to be Ahsoka. She's, I think, the softest. The problem is Padme is such a pain because all these assists that I'm doing, they're, it's proccing her unique, and she's giving bonus protection to everyone else based off the assists, and mine is doing the same thing. So what I decided to do instead, again, is throw a little audible here, and I think eventually I'll switch over to Padme. I'm just trying to boost her damage in right now, so that way when I do get my chance, right, like I'm going to force sleep onto Padme and try to get her out, because like I said, this is, you can see that we're 2 minutes and we're almost halfway through, and we're not really getting anywhere beyond the force sleep. So I was like, all right, I think it's time for maybe to change strategy here. So I've got full ult now, and so I'm gonna go ahead and select, I guess I'm still going after Ahsoka, and this is where I think I'm like, all right, screw this. So pretty big damage there, and there's the savior, right? Like, or there's the whatever you want to call it, from JMK. And again, I'm just gonna keep calling in Cat because I want to boost her damage up, because I want to get her out. All right, boom, she's out of there. Beautiful. Now things are going to start moving a lot quicker, because we aren't re-healing them or kind of re-adding that bonus protection up every single time we assist, which is like always in this team. And so yeah, now we're going to be able to kind of move through these guys much quicker, because I really don't think we would have timed out per se, but I think it would have been a lot closer if we hadn't had done that, because now you can see how fast we're cutting through these guys. And then yeah, obviously my blue stacks was freaking out at this point. I don't know what that is about. And I think this is the last hit here. So boom, there we go. Perfect banners, right? That used to be what we ran in TWs, right? That's why it was so important to have Cat. And he was actually attacking at the same time too, which is kind of cool. Okay, so he laid down an EP Vader Mara Jade with Moff Gideon, right? So a lot of fast characters. And so I was like, screw it, I'm gonna Han shoots first. But I was like, I don't know who I'm gonna Han shoots first. Is it Moff Gideon? Is it Vader? Is it Mara Jade? And I decided, let's just go after Mara Jade. Maybe not the right choice, I don't know. Like, maybe I could have saved some banners because, yeah, he's now going crazy in his Merciless Massacre. Pretty safe, no one was close to dying, but yeah, gosh, I don't know. I was tempted because I was just so worried about Mara Jade. She goes into stealth, right? She boosts up Palpatine's turn meter. I still don't know if it's the right answer or not, but this ended up working. Like I said, maybe not for the best banners, but it ends up working. So I guess we'll call it even. I don't know who to select anymore. All right, so 61 there. A little bit of a messy battle there. And then we've got a dad bod Boba, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to waste a super crazy team on this. These guys are super slow. That's the one thing, like outside of TW, why I find Boba Fett, Scion of Jango's lead at least not suitable for GAC is he's so slow. He's incredibly slow, and like all the speed bonus and stuff like that happens in TW. And even then, he's still pretty slow, right? Because you're trying to kill Galactic Legends with him. And so, yeah, I was like, all right, screw this. We're not going to waste anything really good. We're just going to give him Geos and call that good. And I even leave him last because, like I said, I know he's just super slow. And he does rip the one banner from my GBA. So then I open up the back. And we're going to see, hey, was I right? Is there a third Galactic Legend? And yes, there is a third Galactic Legend. And it looks like he's trying to produce an anti-C Ray comp, okay? So I thought about it and I was like, well, I still got to run C on it. So let's go for it. And the thing with JTR is you just have to time out your ability moves, right? Like you just have to think about it for a second and hope that, you know, a untimely Illuminate Destiny doesn't happen, or Finn's in here, Resistance Hero Finn, that he's not going to switch turns while, you know, raise an ult or something like that. So I'm checking here just to see the physical damage. Okay, 11k is pretty easy. I've done up to 12.2 with Ray Cats before, so this shouldn't be a problem. Like I should be able to survive everything. And so I put the tank tech onto C, and the reason why tank tech, normally I go health tech actually because of how mine is built, but because BB-8 has tenacity down, I don't want JTR to hand wave and then for me to lose, you know, gain days and ability blocks and stuff like that. Like I need to have some heal moves and I need to be able to relink. So I end up doing a basic here to clear the stun off of our armor, and I just give him, you know, give C 2 stacks and then call it good. Obviously you want to try for the third one, but you don't want to risk, you know, losing out on that. So anyways, the first heal block went onto armor. That's great. We don't have to worry about that at all. Decided to call in C anyways here so we can maybe spread out some more deceived or whatever it's called. And I know at this point we're gonna die, so or the ads are gonna die. And so again, just spamming the basic to try and boost up our ultimate. Now again, so I'm not relinking right here, right? Okay, so I just got heal immunity. This is where I'm gonna relink because it's a 2-turn heal immunity. And so this is turn 1 right here, and then turn 2, and then heal immunity is gone, right? So we are starting to gain health again, which is great. And so, okay, here we go. Now we pop into ultimate and Illuminate Destiny goes off, right? Not a good thing, right? Especially while Rey's sitting in her ult, right? She's got offense up at this point. And luckily, you know, we get our ult off. and everything's going to be fine because we're going to 2-turn again, which gives us our protection back. And I'm now like linking the ads plus Ray, so that way I can continue to build up my mastery, continue to get like those cooldown reductions on the middle ability, right? But I'm going after Ray because she's gonna be the one that lasts the longest, or potentially at least. I think in this one actually I actually get rid of her too, which is kind of cool. All right, so I'm gonna zap here. I think this actually gets rid of her. Yes, good. And then R2D2 is just left by himself, and he's like, oh man, this sucks so bad. All right, 61 banners there on the Ray, and yeah, we're gonna call that one good. We're gonna call that one a success, right? Because that one could be very bad. There's some other battles, like I said, the top was kind of fluff. I don't want to show you guys all that stuff. It's kind of a waste of your time. I think I do like Jedi Knight Revan on it, right? Like it's just like so easy. I just decided to show you guys this Bad Batch one against, you know, probably the best crew lead team. I mean, once you add heal block and, you know, stuns, this team just starts to slowly dissolve because of all the true damage and just the just heal block on crew is just terrible, right? So easy 65, it's like 5 moves and you're done. Yeah, like I said, you can see this wall, right? Like I'm not gonna show you guys those fights. They're pretty simple. Okay, I guess I'm gonna show you guys this one. I forgot. I wanted to show you guys this one because this is a relatively common team, right? Like whether that's OG Finn and the vets or whatever. The big thing with them is, you know, you don't want to let them take their bonus turns because then they just rip banners off everywhere. And so Shock ends up doing that. You can throw days on them as well if you just feel like you need double the protection. But I like to stun Vet Smuggler Han Solo so he can't counter in case we do end up, you know, dropping a daze or whatever the case is. But I like to just try to keep him stunned. And really with EP Mara, like once you've got the turn meter, like you just really you have a hard time giving it back, right? Like it's so amazing. Now, Veteran Smuggler Han, he has like a stacking defense, I believe is what it is. So every time you're hitting him, he's sort of just stacking up a bunch of defense. So you're gonna see like we do like no damage to him. So I just basically kill off everyone else and call it good. But yeah, this is there's so many banners that I see lost on a fight like this just because, you know, one of the vets takes a turn because you killed off the leader, and then you kill off one of the other vets and then they take a turn, right? So it's just, this is a good, simple, easy way. And again, I have I think she's now a 5-star Mara, but works just the same as long as you got some decent speed on her. But yeah, easy enough, right? And sorry to my boy Cab, had to see Rose Tico go down like that. And then yes, okay, so I showed this one too just in case. This was a pretty fast Finn. You know, I had an Omicron Zam left over, decided to just show it off, just because bounty hunters are so fun in GAC. I'm always so mad in Territory Wars. I'm like, man, if only this was my GAC bounty hunters, right? Like I could kill off this team. But yeah, now with Zam Omicron, there's so many teams that bounty hunters can kill. They could kill a lot of teams before, but you usually had to have really good mods on them or really good relic levels or both. And now they just do, and you had to have like usually the Fets with them, right? And now it's funny because now the Fets have seemingly like kind of fallen out of favor, and it's just like, who are we going to use those guys with? So I tried something new this round, hoping that it works, but we'll see. All right, so I finished off the top round or the top zone, and I was like, all right, so let's go ahead and do some fleet action, right? We got both Executor and the Negotiator. And I don't think I show this battle. I think, like I said, I'd like Jedi Knight Revan it. It's like super easy. So I've been trying this Sun Fac method, right, as the starter. who knows, right? There's so much RNG that goes on with it, but what I will say is it does help you get that mark earlier. So here's what ends up happening, right? You open up the same, you open up on Bosk, they do the AoE, they select someone. This time they selected Sunfact. I have an R5 Sunfact, so I don't know what the relic level or what the relic cutoff is, but basically you're just going to keep attacking Bosk, and I think I'm just trying to determine whether or not Buzz Droids would screw me. It doesn't. And then you stun Bosk, right? Okay, so what that allows you to do is allows Cad Bane to come out of taunt, right? And once, or stealth, once he comes out of stealth, you have to hit Cad Bane. But you can call in Spy, so that way, because he can't go back into stealth, because you're hitting him, and that's not part of his, you know, his kit. But if you're hitting at someone else, he can go into stealth, and if you crit them or whatever. So Cad Bane's out, right? Like, even if we lose at this point, this matchup is way easier to clean up on. And so I don't know, like, hey, if it's how you have to get your Executor down, maybe it's, like I said, maybe it's something you look into. I don't know. Like I said, there might also be edge cases where this doesn't work. So I did a basic there, instead of calling another Vulture Droid, because I wanted to stun. Sometimes the stun doesn't land, but ultimately we're going to call out someone else. We don't want 5 slots open. Now they killed off one of them, so I guess we do have a potential opening anyways. He's at foresight, so I didn't do the special move. And I'm going to bring out Ebonhawk here. Again, I don't know, you know, this is like my second time doing this fight this way. I don't know if that's right, but basically I'm just trying to prevent them from going into ult. So that's why I did that. And I decided I wanted to take out Boba Fett, and he's gone. I do have an R7 Spy. I've recently upgraded that because why not? He's pretty amazing. And okay, so at this point, now I'm trying to decide how we want to play this. If I call out a Vulture Droid, we'll just have, you know, we're out of spots now. But I was like, you know, Ebonhawk, he looks like he's about to die soon, so I think we'll be all right, maybe. And so yeah, now we have to focus on Houndstooth. There goes Ebonhawk, so we have a spot open. There goes my Spy. We have 2 spots open. I kind of need them to go after my Vulture Droids to kind of boost up my turn meter for my capital ship. And this is the part where I was like, I don't know what to do. I think this is the right call. I call out Hyena because they don't have contract yet, so I have no chance of, you know, losing my cap ship. And yeah, like, I think, you know, again, if they target my TIE Fighter pilot in this scenario, that's it, right? Like, those are just summoned droids. They're not gonna, you know, stay alive if for whatever reason they don't. So they go and kill one of my vultures, which is great because they boost up the turn meter. I go ahead and do my ultimate. And now I'm just trying to pick like who I want to do, because I don't want to get rid of the one Vulture Droid that we've got, right? So hoping for some assists there. We got some. Keep going after IG-88 and get him out of there because he's the softest target. And then AoE does it. Amazing, right? All right, and then let's get Bosk out there, right? I figured, hey, if we can get Bosk out, I think we'll be good. And looks like that's going to be the case here. And now we've got the Buzz Droids on the Mandalorian, and it is all but over. So I don't know. Like I said, maybe RNG, maybe it's a better way. Again, you know, I do think that if I had to choose between the 2-shot, this method's probably the best, because at least you're getting out Cad Bane. And I feel like as long as he goes out, you're good. Okay, so now we've got our Negotiator match, and we've got our Han's Millennium Falcon. And with this lineup, I personally like to go after Ahsoka. I don't know if that's the right move, but that's what I like to do. And so we proc, obviously, Jedi Knight Anakin's bonus turn there, because we made him mad. And just because of I don't have any protection left, and who knows if my Biggs can, you know, take an AoE here or a call to assist. He does. He's barely hanging on. So I decided to do the flip there, and I'm glad I did. And now I'm trying to determine, you know, what's the next move. I think I want to proc the unending loyalty, so I do. I was actually expecting them to do, you know, to reapply it there, but they brought out Poe instead, so that's fine too. So there goes their re-heal basically. And obviously he's about to come out of stealth, so that's great. So now we can go select Anakin and just go after him. I didn't flip there again because you never know, you know, that's a good banner move there. And since he looks like he's on the ropes, I didn't bring out like Cassian to like overkill him. I just decided, hey, he'll come out next, you know, next call out. And yeah, I think it all works out here. So just do a basic here and he's dead. Yeah, so 73, pretty good score there against the Negotiator. So that gives us a total of 17-21, like one of the highest scores I've gotten this season, honestly. So he ended up, I believe this is where he ends up stopping. I think he messed up on a few counters and stuff like that. So just kudos to him. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys want to know something else, or if I didn't explain something properly, or whatever the case is. Appreciate if you guys, you know, hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, as we just continue to grow this channel and help each other out. So thanks again, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next one.